Okay, so here I am at my tent site here. You can't see it because it's dark. It's the tent site up on the hill, which is the second place that I've put my tent in this camping Periopolis. Now, before I was down on the flat, you could see that in some of my videos, and then I've moved up the hill in December 2021. Conveniently, as I moved up here, they installed big lights. Isn't that interesting? And now it's 1.5 months later, and there's another light that I've turned off just here because it shines straight in my tent and I can't sleep. So there's actually more lights than you're seeing as well. There should be a light here, like right in the camera right now, but I've turned it off. Anyway, my point is that they've only just installed these lights. And that one's massive, goes onto the top power point there, the furthest most power point up on the hill here. Now my point is, you can see, people from down this way, you probably can't see where I'm pointing, sorry. People from down the hill that way can now see right up the top of the hill here. And it's very interesting this happened, the light installation happened the very week that I move up the top of the hill here. And it's always like this on my path. It's like, I've said this before, the beast riding the machine and the surface virus chases us. That's what's hunting us. You know how some of you know about this targeted individual thing and gang stalking and how we're being hunted? It's the reckoning of souls and spirits at the end of time. The ultimate dias, the ultimate days. There is no Christ, one man returning from the dead 2,000 years later, you lunatic. It is people like me with a higher light body who are the return of Christ. And it's the crystalline, Christic light body. And it seems to me only 1%, possibly 2, possibly less, somewhere around 1 to 5 maximum percent in this world have a higher light body. And that you will basically not even meet physically another one. Will always be separated by this matrix. I'll never, and if I do meet another one, it'll be so brief, there'll be no real interaction in physical space. It's like this quarantine the matrix has on us. So it's always like this, where the scenario is set up for me. Now what do I mean? Well, you're going to see this video, Organic Portals, 2 cucks approach me or gang on me with misinformation and illogic that I had some long shower, and also that I've been walking on the public road, on the public mountain road, up and down. You're going to see another video with the security guard where I go up to her and actually film and say, what the fuck is your problem? So I've caught all that on camera. You'll see those 2 videos. And it's very interesting that it's always like this. It's not just this time. It's been like this my entire life. That's what's so messed up. That's how I know for sure, without anyone finding 1 and 0 codes in physics, that this is a simulation. And then some guy finds code in physics of 0 and 1s to give, mathematical proof it's a simulation and computer simulation. But I always knew just from this kind of thing, because it's too peculiar, the timing of this stuff. It's not a coincidence when it keeps happening, yeah? Well, then it's a coincidence. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like predictive reality creation, or predictively the simulation is creating, like this narrow path for you to walk down so it can control you. So my point is, this is the very month, only a month later, after they've put in these lights up on the hill, where the fuck were they before this? Why only the very week that I move up the hill here do they put in the lights? Well, because it's all planned that I'm going to be living on this mountain, which now I've got these problems arising. They're saying, if you walk on that road in and out and not using the main camping entrance, then you're going to have to leave the camping and all this other stuff. So it's just stupid. You will see it in the videos. The absolute Stasi communists here in Uruguay. And it's just it's problem after problem in this country, but it's basically everywhere in the world because most people are organic portals. So anyway, look, it's interesting because only a month later from the light installations, I'm now going to go into the forest here on the mountain, and I'm gonna need to charge my phone somewhere, right? And it's very interesting that the light reaches right up to the very top power point. Do you know what I mean? Well, I'm walking up there now. It's just interesting that this light here shines up to the very, very, very top of the hill and the highest power point that's in here. And the week I move up on this hill, they install the big ass spotlights. They were not here when I moved up the hill. A couple of days later, they install these big lights. And as you can see, right, there's a power point. This is the edge of the camping. There's nothing beyond that. And you can see up here, see? So that people down there at the cabins, right, they'll be able to see if I sneak in from the forest, right? So it's always like this, that this is how I know it's a simulation, because of all these funny occurrences, and there's too many to be, just some happenstance and coincidence. And if everything was just random, this place would fall apart. So we know that everything is actually highly tuned, and that makes complete sense if it's a computer simulation as well, doesn't it? So yeah, it's just interesting. It's always the same story. It's like it's like this prep on whatever my next condition is going to be, which is always, because it's an energy extraction matrix, you're always trying to avoid getting your energy raped, and if possible trying to get energy out of this place, because F you, matrix. But I don't think that's even possible. Basically seems like you're always just fighting your energy getting raped out, right? So because I'm planning on now going up into the forest and living there for free and not paying rent in the Matrix, big no-no. The AI of the Matrix has predicted that and put the lights in so I can't, sneak in here at night. And imagine if I was here a year earlier, even a month earlier, right? Or a couple of months earlier, I would have been able to just jump the fence. So everybody else in the world could have done it, but when it becomes my turn, it's blocked. That's how you know you're a TI, if you get this sort of thing happening. It's like this matrix prediction to keep you on a narrow energy extraction controllable path.